for my placement, I was put in Mrs. McKenna's third grade classroom. And the first thing you see in her classroom is her classroom library, which her library is full of different types of books. You have chapter books, picture books, and those books are usually multicultural books, so the students are getting exposed to different cultures that they might see in the classroom. Then Mrs. McKenna likes to use anchor charts. So like if students are working on a science lesson or they were working on a research project before all this happened, she would like to use anchor charts to help the students plan out like what they would be writing that research paper on. To facilitate reading development, Mrs. McKenna allows the students to sit wherever they want during silent reading time or partner reading time. So like if the student, she has beanbag chairs or these like wobbly chairs, I don't know what else to call them, that the students are allowed to use during the silent reading time or partner reading time. Then the students also know that they're more than welcome to ask me a question or the parapro that's in the classroom a question, but Mrs. McKenna prefers that they ask me the question first before they ask the parapro and her the question. Then once the students have finished all the morning work, so whether that be they usually start with a handout, and then they have their Prodigy that they do, and then they have their Spelling City that they usually do. They're more than welcome to do some silent reading. And there's inside recess. They're allowed to read during inside recess as well. So Mrs. McKenna also does small reading groups, which is usually about 6 or 7 students per group. So for my small reading group, I had Charlotte's Web. So I would take once a week, I would take those students out and we would read about a chapter or 2 per week. So after we finished reading that chapter, we would have vocab that I would do with them. And then after we did the like vocab flashcards, we would have about 10 questions that I would go over with them. But while we were reading though, if I found a word that I didn't think the students would understand, I would stop and be like, what do you guys think this means? And if none of them could really come up with like their own definition, I would pull out the dictionary and we would look it up together.